so that you don't become victims of any form of sexual abuse?
Globally, about 19.7% of girls, 19.7% of girls are sexually abused.
Child sexual abuse is when any adult touches you inappropriately.
Is it direct or indirect?
The sentence was fondling the child's breast.
She said because she did not report it, it continued.
You bleed. Sometimes you bleed. Sometimes there are discharges that comes out.
When the person who passes from school, what you have to do, don't take your bath. Don't shower.
Once you can bath yourself, your private parts are for you only.
So people who say now, and suddenly you two and one. They say, man,
Victon Estates provides professional and reliable service to landlords, investors and tenants. Our mission is to ethically and honestly serve our clients. We won't make promises we cannot keep, rather. We present a clear picture of the reality we can offer. We are here to help you with long and short-term let, property management, cash buyers for quick sales, stop repossession, and mortgage arrears. For all your property needs, look no further. Visit us at www.victonestates.co.uk or call us on 07448619711. Victon Estates, your property is our pride.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Oh, wow, it's been such an interesting Saturday. Today I've got with me AmaCare's organization. This is an organization that gives young victims of sexual abuse support, all the support they need. Today I've got a representative of AmaCare's who is going to talk to us about emotional abuse at the workplace. This is a topic that a lot of women are shy to talk about and suffer in silence. Today, we are going to touch on this sensitive topic. So if you are watching us and you want to contribute to the program, you've experienced emotional abuse at the workplace, we'll be very happy to hear from you on all our social media handles at Heritage TV. You can, decide to remain anonymous. That's fine with me. We want to hear from you, your experiences, and if you are a survivor of emotional abuse at the workplace, we will also want to hear from you how you were able to come out of it. So with me is like I said, a representative from AmaCare. She is Jessica. Jessica.
Yes.
You are welcome to Heritage TV, hanging out with Vicky. Can you tell our viewers who Jessica is?
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see you all this wonderful Saturday. My name is Jessica O. I'm a registered mental nurse and a volunteer to AmaCare.
How did you get, in contact with AmaCare and also being a volunteer as well for them?
Yes, it was through a colleague who has been with them for a long time. She introduced me to their works and what they do to support people who have been abused and providing emotional care and support for such people. So I had the interest from there to join and also give the little I can to support them.
Right. Jessica, can you tell us when you see the topic? I believe everybody has an idea what emotional abuse at the workplace is, but I would like to hear from you. What is your definition of emotional abuse at the workplace? Because we know there are different types of abuse: domestic abuse, sexual abuse. Since we are touching on emotional abuse, could you please tell us what it is for the benefit of those who want to get a better understanding of this topic?
Yes. And when we talk about emotional abuse, when we talk about emotions, they are things that we do not see, we cannot touch, but then we feel in our being. So these are things that people utter. They are words people utter. They are behaviors people put up towards you that affects your being, who you are, and your daily activities. And this particular one, emotional abuse at the workplace, it's something that a colleague or a superior or anybody at all at the workplace puts you through to make you lose who you are and your sense of being. That's the simplest way I can put it for anyone to understand what emotional abuse is.
Okay. It's good you mentioned emotional abuse is the type of abuse that you cannot. Um, could you tell us what are some of the characteristics of emotional abuse?
It comes in many forms, and mostly it's people who are affected by this emotional abuse are people who do not really have a voice or do not find themselves being employees of an organization of a company, whatever, wherever they find themselves to make their ends meet. And mostly you find bosses, colleagues, work colleagues, who do these things to themselves and also to the bosses doing it to their employees. Some of the characteristics that you can use to identify yourself being emotionally abused is treating you with disdain. They do not regard your efforts. They don't put in encouraging words for you to value what you also bring to the table at the workplace. And also finding yourself in a state where you are belittled, you are not appreciated in whatever you do, and also gaslighting you. Sometimes some people might be your bosses might be telling lies about you that will make you, and these lies can go on and on and on and make you in the long run believe them to be true. That's gaslighting. They know what they are doing to you isn't the truth, but in the long run they make it look as if it is the truth for you to lose who you are, and also messing up with your head. Don't let anyone talk you into staying in an organization where you are not valued, you are not no one encourages you, nobody is there for you. But always they hammer on the negative sides. Every individual is not perfect. We all bring on board the little we have. They say that little by little, a little becomes a lot. I cannot carry the shoulders of an organization on my head, but then my little I bring on board can make a huge difference. So, in an organization where your boss does not take responsibility for his actions, they do not take part blame for things that goes wrong and will always want to push it on you and make you feel that whatever you are doing you are not enough, and also playing with your head as if you are not competent enough to hold the position that you have. And also sometimes it can even get as physical as pointing fingers in your face and all that. All these things, bad mouthing you, a boss who will talk about another colleague to the other person. And also, then if a boss is talking about another colleague to you, you should know that when you are also not around, he or she is going to do same with you as well. So if all these things are happening in your environment, our environment of work should not be toxic. It should be a place where we go and give off our best. So whenever you find yourself in a situation where you would always have to, you are always laid back. You are not yourself. You are always looking out to be perfect. You are not you can't flow as you should. Then you should take a look at that workplace again, because in the long run it's going to have effect on your mental health as well.
Jessica, well said. With emotional abuse, is it the men who emotionally abuse the women? Is it very prevalent in a male-dominated environment? Because there might be, organizations where 80% of the employees are men. That is why I want to find out from you. It's more prevalent in a male-dominated organization. Can a woman also emotionally abuse a man as well? I just want to know.
Yes, it cuts across. It doesn't have any form, or we don't have the prevalence of women, but mostly in women-dominated environments, you see women usually abusing their fellow women. It happens more in a female-dominated organizations, where you expect that as women we should be emotionally connected with each other and be supportive and be there for each other. But rather you find co-workers who would hide opportunities from you. If opportunities are hidden from you, not being made available for everybody to access, it's a form of emotional abuse. If information that you can access which will support you to give off your best at work, if it's being hidden by your own co-workers at work against you, is also a form of emotional abuse. And also making demeaning comments about a person's physical looks and how they do their things. We are individuals. As human as we are, we need to accept and value each person's unique individuality. I'm an individual. The ways I do my things. For instance, we're talking about this topic now. You might have someone else as your panelist, and the person might give it from a different angle, and I'm giving it from a different angle. That doesn't mean that I'm wrong, or I'm not able to give off the best of information but our personality counts in everything that we do. How we go about our things differs from every individual. So if I do my things in a certain way and it's not as you do yours, it doesn't make me a bad person, or it doesn't make me an evil person, or it doesn't make me inefficient in whatever I do. It's just that we come by it in different approaches. So someone demeaning you, making nasty comments about you and saying things, you see the group themselves and talk about you and make you feel less of yourself and not you being accepted. Everyone wants acceptance. Wherever you find yourself, everybody wants to feel loved. So if you find yourself in an environment where you are not loved, you are not encouraged, you are not pushed to give your best, it makes work and even going to such workplaces become problematic for the individual.
Jessica, you see, I'm so surprised and shocked that even organizations where women are, more than the male, they tend to emotionally abuse each other. I was thinking, if it's a male dominated organization, then it's something like a threat to just bring you down, therefore emotionally abusing the lady. So it's surprising me that in a female dominated workplace is also prevalent, which is such a shame, because I thought we as women should be there for each other, encourage each other, try to push each other. If you realize that your colleague has got the potential, why don't you give her the push? Because when she gets up there, definitely she will extend a helping hand to guide you and help you to get to where she is, rather than trying to emotionally abuse such a person. um what about this scenario whereby your overall boss is emotionally abusing you? Now, in this scenario, it's very difficult to even tell someone else that my boss is emotionally abusing me, because he is your employer. So when you open your mouth to talk about it, there's this possibility that this employer might get rid of you. What is your take on this? Employer emotionally abusing their employee?
Yes, when it gets to that point where your employer is the one abusing you, it becomes difficult to find solutions to such challenges, because in this is the person who is meting out the abuse to you. You do not have anywhere else to go. In such situations, the best thing to do is to quit.
Wow. And whereby there are no jobs in the current employment
So
market.
you sometimes people do these things without being aware that what they are doing is causing you, as I said earlier, we are individuals, each person and how they take in information and things said to them. So if you find yourself in a situation where it's your boss who is abusing you, the laws does not define what you should do. As with my research I did, it said that being employed in a workplace, in an organization, it's a privilege. It's not a right, because I have my company and I have employed you. So if you feel that the conditions under which you are working, or whatever is happening, how I talk to you, how I manage my company, you do not, it's not in tune with you, you have the liberty to quit.
Hmm.
As I said, nobody deserves to work in a toxic environment. Nobody deserves to find themselves in toxic situations where it's detrimental to their health or their mental health. So if you find yourself in such situations and you know that there's nothing you can do about it, you need to think about it again and quit, because in the long run, um, um, emotional abuse can send you to experiencing post-traumatic stress disorders. You can have stresses, you can fall into depression, and all these things can go in a long way to affect who you are as an individual.
Okay. So, Jessica, let's take about someone watching us is going through emotional abuse at the workplace for years, finding it difficult, or is not confident enough to come out to complain about it. How does this person um, come out of it? Because I know because it's not something physical, it's very difficult to prove that you are being emotionally abused, because when you report it, it's your word against the abuser. So in this case, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, most times is the abuser who wins, because he will tell you that, what, proof have you that I'm emotionally abusing you? Then you are just stuck there. You don't know what to say. But definitely between the two of you, you know you are being emotionally abused. Can you advise, how do you go about this? One, to probably stay in the same organization, have this thing resolved, or two, still have this thing resolved, but in the end, probably the employer would have to let you go, but he or she has to pay for what he's done to you. So it's two questions in one.
Yes. Sometimes when you find yourself in such situations, even though it's just verbal and it's difficult to get evidence for such things, to seek redress to what you are being put through, you need to find a way of getting evidence. Sometimes it's just not you, it's not just a particular person that is being targeted. It cuts across everyone in the office. So it's about all of you finding yourself in that organization, coming together to seek justice for what is being meted out to all of you in the office. Sometimes some people can act cowardly. They'll give you all the support that, okay, let's take it to court. I will be with you. I'm going to stand by you. I'm going to testify and I'm going to do that. And then in the long run, you see them checking out. They don't want to go ahead again and, do as they said. So you go through all the processes, and in the long run, you come back to square one. Nothing will come out of it. But then when you have one person or two who would support you, who would give evidence at the law court or wherever you take the issue to seek justice for yourself or for other people, you need to find a way of recording some of the things that is said to you that can be used as evidence. You need to have that, because if you don't and you are just verbally saying that, as I said in my explanation, it is not seen. It's only
Yes.
you who is feeling it. Yes. So if you do not have something that will exonerate you, then you are just making noise. That's what you go through all the process, but nothing will really come out of it.
Right. Okay. So, the scenario you gave, was if you are not the only one being emotionally abused, but if you are the only one being emotionally abused in the organization, um, the proof. I am of the opinion that any kind of communication, because definitely when, please correct me if I'm wrong, if you are in an organization and you are being emotionally abused, I feel that when it comes to communication between you and your abuser, when you realize that's happening from time to time, I think one has to resort to communicating via email, text messages, that, David, as my boss, just an example. I wasn't happy the way I was treated. This is how I feel, and this had been going on for quite a while. I would appreciate it if you stop emotionally abusing me. It's having an effect on me. Things like that, just to let the person know how bad this thing is affecting you. And I believe definitely he will also reply, but the smart ones will feel that, oh, if I reply, that means that's an evidence. But then again, at least you've made it known to the person that you are not happy about what is going on and you need that person to stop. What else do you think can be an evidence if you are the only one suffering emotional abuse at the workplace?
As I said earlier, you can write dates, you can get a journal that you keep where you write your activities, your daily activities in, and then also record each and every day whatever happens, your interactions, or whatever goes on between you and your boss or your colleague or whoever is doing this to you. You record all these things down to support you, to give your evidence in the long run if you have to go to the law courts to seek redress for whatever is being meted out to you. And also recording, sometimes some conversations, if you see that the moment that you meet, you encounter this person, he or she is going to say nasty things to me, is going to say abusive words to me, is going to say things that will make me lose myself, then you also have to be on guard all the time. And also find something, put something down that will support you to also give that evidence when you have to.
Okay, so moving from
Because
within,
if it's not recorded, then it's not done. If
exactly.
it's not recorded, it's not done. Yes.
Okay, so moving out of the work environment, how does such people get support outside the work environment? Are there any groups that help such people to come out of emotional abuse? Is there any? I know you can take it to court, but apart from the court, where else can they go to seek help? I know, in Ghana, the first place such a person would like to go to is the church. But my problem I have with the church is, do they have the trained professionals like yourselves to, talk that person through how to get out of the abuse? Because most of them would have to only see the pastor, let's pray, and that is it. Then again, I feel that in the church, when people come there for help as regards to the emotional abuse, any other abuse, I feel we should have such trained people like yourself to take on such people and take them through that journey to recovery. What are your thoughts on that?
When it comes to someone emotionally abusing you, it's not about prayer, it's about attitudinal change. So if the person abusing you has not stopped, you can pray till thy kingdom come and it's not going to change. It's about you being upfront with the person that, hey, this is what is going on, this is what you are doing to me, and I feel it's affecting me, so I need to let you know. Instead of going to the church or going to see your pastor, no one is preventing you from doing that. No one is saying that you shouldn't speak. Well, when you are going through emotional difficulties, you need to speak up and speak to someone, but make sure you are speaking to the right person to give you the right active support you need. A pastor will listen to you for a day but might not be there. So we have there are so many NGOs across that you can seek help from. Mental health, they deal in mental health support. We have a lot of mental health support groups, and in Ghana now almost every hospital has a mental health unit and a wellness clinic. Like, for instance, in my hospital, Mamobi General Hospital, we have a wellness center where people can just walk in and have a professional. I am at the wellness center where you get to have a one-on-one interaction with me, and then we find a way where we can give you that support. And aside the wellness centers across the country, each government hospital, you can also access our mental health units in all the other hospitals as well. If you are going through anything at all, it is mental health. Now we are making so much noise about it. People are beginning to understand the need to keep their mental and emotional health in check. So all these things are available for you to access. Many people do not know about it. So if you are listening to us today, you should know that AmaCare is also available. We are also there to support you to whichever length that you want us to. Sometimes people will open up and tell you, and when you need to take actions to give them the support they need, they tell you that no, 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 no. But there are times that if you are being emotionally abused at your workplace, we might need to speak with your boss or have an interaction with your boss. So that, are you prepared? You have to make up your mind, because we cannot speak to you alone. When you go back, it's like someone being sexually abused in a home. If you do not take the abuser from there, you can give all the support and everything to the person, and when they go back, the same thing is going to happen again. So we need to, if we have to speak to your boss, then you also need to be ready to also give us that support and that push we need to bring you the final solution that you need to that challenge you have.
Wonderful. That's well said. All too soon, our time is up. I wish we could go on and on with this very sensitive topic. Jessica, just give us your last words, and we bring the program to an end.
Yes, AmaCare is an organization that supports people who are being abused, especially children and women who are sexually abused, emotionally abused. We organize forums for organizations and for schools, and you can reach us on 02468545533. And if you want to send us an email, it's info@amacares.org. And also on Instagram, you can send us a message at ama_cares. And also on Facebook is AmaCares. Please do not hesitate to seek help in whichever situation you find yourself. There's help out there. If your colleague is abusing you, if your boss is abusing you, speak up, but do it respectfully, not in a violent way. Because if the person is already violent, you can also not meet them with violence as well. You need to be in a calm state. Get people, seek support, go for therapy, and also be empowered, be personally empowered to be able to, if you think the workplace is not supporting you, quit. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Thank you.
Well said, well said. Thank you so much, Jessica. May I also add that those of us here in the UK, you can contact AmaCare on 0330 133 2415. It's 0330 133 2415. They have those on the helpline ready to pick up your calls. Jessica Owu has also given their Ghana number, so those watching us from Ghana as well, she's giving you the Ghana number. You can call them as well. Thank you so much, Jessica. It's been a privilege. You've really broadened our minds on this sensitive topic. If anybody is going through such issues, with your input and your advice, I think I'll be able to give the advice needed for that person to come out of emotional abuse. We hope to have you on our program again another time. Until then, thank you so much. Stay blessed and have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, wow. We are still on.
Victon Estates provides professional and reliable service to landlords, investors and tenants. Our mission is to ethically and honestly serve our clients. We won't make promises we cannot keep, rather. We present a clear picture of the reality we can offer. We are here to help you with long and short-term let, property management, cash buyers for quick sales, stock repossession, and mortgage arrears. For all your property needs, look no further. Visit us at www.victonestates.co.uk or call us on 07448619711. Victon Estates, your property is our pride.